In this video, we look into the heartbreaking case of Lauren McCluskey, a promising college athlete who suddenly vanished without a trace. Before we dive into this case, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more real-life crime stories, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. It's always amazing to see how far these stories reach. Now, let's get into it. Watch out for the man dressed as Deadpool. This CCTV shows him going through a parking lot at a college during the day. For 2 weeks now, the man has been following this girl, Lauren McCluskey, 22, around. And on October 22, 2018, Lauren was nowhere to be found. On October 13th, just 9 days before, Lauren went to the campus police department and said she had been getting dangerous texts from numbers she didn't know. During the next week, she called the police 14 times, but no one believed her. The man was seen in the parking lot on October 9th, 10 days before Lauren met up with her boyfriend, Sean Fields. The meeting was caught on university security cameras. Her friend said she was going to break up with him that very same day. It's just that his real name isn't Sean Fields. What happened when Lauren went missing would still be a mystery if she hadn't left behind hints. Someone was going to find out the truth about what happened to her and catch the man in the Deadpool outfit.
He was a predator, manipulator.
Very skilled at getting what he wanted.
Someone who you shouldn't believe a word of what they say.
In 2013, there is a small town in Washington called Pullman where Lauren lives with her parents, Matthew and Jill. She had a great childhood, does well in school, and has a lot of close friends. As a child, Lauren was naturally good at sports and loved them.
She was the kind of friend that you could rely on. It wouldn't matter the time or the day. If you needed someone to talk to, Lauren would be there for you.
She was very quick and flexible, which impressed her parents from a very young age.
Lauren was just athletic from the very beginning. She could climb trees at 2 years old and she had no fear. She was pure determination.
With her parents' support, Lauren followed her passion for sports and quickly found that she was good at track and field. She came in second place at the USA Junior Olympics when she was only 10 years old. By the end of high school, the University of Utah had noticed how well she did and given her a scholarship. It's now September 2015. Lauren, her parents, and she get to the school in Salt Lake City, which has over 20,000 students. They don't want to send their only daughter to college, which is hundreds of miles away from her small town. But Lauren's growth and self-assurance help her make new friends quickly. Alex, her new best friend, is one of them.
We were roommates our freshman year, and we became instant friends.
For 3 years from now, Lauren kept doing great in everything she did. She worked hard and was dedicated to her schoolwork, track events, and spending time with her many close friends.
Her eyes lit up when she talked.
Super smart. You didn't just see her as an athlete. She was a comedian. She was also a dancer.
She did extremely well. She was very excited about graduating.
But Lauren's life would never be the same after the night of September 1st, 2018. Since Lauren just turned 21, she chooses to spend the weekend with her best friend Alex for a fun night. It's the beginning of her last year of college. It's late on Saturday. Students are out and about in downtown Salt Lake City at night, and the streets and bars are full of them. Lauren and Alex walk up to the entrance of the London Bell, a famous bar in Salt Lake City that is known for its live music and dancing and is only 15 minutes from their dorm. The bouncer, a friendly, charismatic guy who is over 6 feet tall, stops them before they can go in. The man smiles at the two young women and says his name is Sean Fields before letting them into the business.
I remember him being very huge, very big muscles. Throughout the night, he would come back and pass through and stop and talk to us a few times.
After a fun night out, the girls decide it's time to go home and get a good night's sleep since they both have to study the next day. It's now midnight. As Lauren walks out of the bar, someone puts their hand on her shoulder. It's Sean, the beautiful bouncer, who she's been looking at all night. After a little more talking, he asks her to go on a date before they say goodbye. Now, September 2nd. Lauren gets ready for Sean's first date. Lauren has never had a steady boyfriend before, and Shane seems to be everything she wants in a boyfriend. He's kind, friendly, and attentive, and they connect over college life because he's also a student and studying in computer science. Even though he's 28 years old, Lauren feels safe and happy with him. The young college student smiles as she walks home from the date. Sean is the best student she could have asked for. He is kind and works hard, and he also has his own part-time job.
It sounded sort of old-fashioned the way that he was paying attention to her. He took her out for dinner and bought her flowers and asked her to be his girlfriend.
She clearly seemed very happy about her relationship.
It started off really good, like a fairy tale.
Soon, though, Lauren's close friends start to notice odd behavior in the new relationship, which makes them think it's not as happy and loving as it seemed at first. Her friends start to worry when they see that the independent Lauren they know and love is now questioning everything she does. The love and care Sean shows her now seems more like dominating and obsessive behavior. He texts and calls Lauren all the time, and she always answers, as if she's afraid of what will happen if she doesn't.
Why do you have to answer your phone when that person calls? And she's like, they really want me to answer my phone right away because they just want to make sure where I'm at, what I'm doing, and if I'm okay.
Since they've been together for only a few weeks, Sean spends all of his time with Lauren and lives with her in college. Along with the other students in her room, he makes friends, which lets him move around her building without a key card. Lauren pulls away from people and is always tired. Her friends notice that she isn't acting like herself.
We noticed she was tired. She seemed stressed. You could tell, at least physically in her face, that she was going through emotionally a lot with the relationship. This guy is literally not good for her.
On October 1st, a month after Lauren met Sean, things start to go badly. Sean tells Lauren he has something to give her. He says it's to keep her safe. What was the gift? A military-grade gun that is loaded. Upon hearing that Lauren's boyfriend wants to give her a gun, her friends quickly inform Diamond, a fellow student who works for the university's housing department, and their resident assistant about the new relationship and their worries about Lauren.
She's not hanging out with us as much. He's talking about getting her a gun. And then that's when it had passed the point of, oh, this is harmless gossip. I called my first supervisor and asked her, what some steps did you want me to take? Do you want me to call the police?
Somewhat surprisingly, Diamond is not told to call the police. Instead, she is told to email university security and explain how things are getting worse. So, one day after the scary gift, on October 2nd, school security gets the first scary email about Sean Fields. Most of the worries are about Lauren and the fact that she might be in a relationship that could be dangerous. There are also rumors that her non-resident boyfriend has been on campus a lot, possibly to get her a gun, and that he's even following her around. But as the days go by, Diamond's email mailbox stays empty. It looks like the email is being ignored. Then, on October 9th, just a few days later, Lauren also finds something scary. She finds Sean's ID, but only the picture seems to fit. Both the name and the birthday are wrong. The name written under the picture is Melvin Rowland, and he is 37 years old. Lauren starts to look into it right away by searching for his name online. She wants to know the truth about her boyfriend.
She and a friend found a picture that looked like him that was a sex offender.
And I was like, are you 100% sure it could be this person? Based on what I was reading online, that was a really hard offense.
Lauren finds out that there is no such person as Sean Fields, but there is a real person named Melvin Rowland who has a scary criminal history. Second and third degree felonies, such as attempting to sexualize a child over the internet, enticing a minor over the internet, and violating his parole multiple times, which sent him back to prison more than once. Lauren finds out that her boyfriend is on parole through a quick search on the internet. It's getting late on October 9th. Lauren is looking forward to Melvin because he's going to her room any minute. She wants to end the relationship right away now that she knows he has a police record. He comes into her dorm room late at night, and Lauren musters all her courage to face him and tell him everything she has learned. Melvin's whole attitude changes, and he becomes very hostile and resistant. He says he isn't guilty of everything he said in the past, but Lauren knows he's lying and won't stop saying that they are no longer together. Lauren begged Melvin to leave for hours, and he finally did. The next day, October 10th, Lauren broke up with her boyfriend and thought he was gone for good. But that wasn't the case at all. A lot of strange numbers start texting Lauren's phone and saying they are Melvin's friends. Each text message is scarier than the last, and Lauren doesn't know what to do, so she tells them to stop texting her and blocks their calls. But new callers keep bothering her, so Lauren answers again and says she'll call the cops if they don't stop. The texts, on the other hand, only get worse. Even though she doesn't know the numbers, she sees a lot of spelling and grammar mistakes that sound a lot like Melvin's old messages. One text message that really worried me said that Melvin had just died in a terrible car accident and that Lauren had to go to his funeral. This is 3 days after the breakup, October 12th at 4:23 p.m. Lauren calls the campus cops because she thinks she might be in danger. But
I've been getting these texts from these numbers of different people. They were saying that he was in the hospital, that he passed away. I got a text about, asking if I wanted to go to his funeral, and I think they're trying to lure me somewhere.
All right. I will send this through an officer to give you a call. Is that okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
no one calls Lauren back. After days, the cops still haven't given any new information, and the texts keep getting worse.
At that point, she had already contacted campus police. It was like, you have to go in person. Saturday, October 13th, we headed to the police department. We went inside. I felt like they weren't taking it seriously. He's a sex offender. He went to jail. And I actually had to Google it myself and hand my phone over to him. I do remember them saying, it's a scam. It's probably a scam. She showed them one of the numbers that was sending her messages was the same number Roland had when they were in a relationship together. They tell her that the detective was currently not in the office and that Lauren will hear an update by Tuesday.
The case was given to Detective Kayla Dalliff, who was on call but not in the office at the time because she was on holiday. Lauren tells the campus police all the worrying information about Melvin, including his criminal past, but no one follows up on her claims. Most importantly, they don't even check to see if he is on parole, which would have given Lauren's case much-needed urgency. The college student calls the Salt Lake City Police Department, which is a much bigger agency, because she doesn't think she is getting the help she needs quickly enough from school police.
University Police will probably take the case then, just one sec.
I've talked to them already, but
Okay.
I just wanted to call you as well.
Usually we just take it where you live, and then that agency does a case.
Yeah, I was just concerned because I wasn't sure how long they were going to take.
Okay, let me get you up to them so I can see what's going on with it. Just one moment.
Do you know when an arrest would be made?
You can talk to an officer if you want. I can arrange that if you want that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
The Salt Lake City Police chose to send her call back to the campus police. It's been over a week since the first notice, and the campus police still haven't done anything about Lauren's case. But she won't give up. She would continue to speak out for her own safety over the next few days, calling the police more than 20 times since she first started talking about Roland's troubling past. The 19th of October, the comic book superhero movie Deadpool 2, starring Ryan Reynolds, came out earlier that year, and Melvin had just bought a Deadpool costume to wear on Halloween in a few weeks. However, in this video, which was taken just 10 days after Lauren broke up with him, Melvin can be seen secretly searching for and following Lauren around campus. Lauren doesn't know that her ex-boyfriend is following her around the corner at 4:02 p.m. Take a look at the small black bag he's holding. In the end, police found a dangerous weapon inside the bag, a fully loaded .40 caliber Beretta. Several security cameras on campus caught Melvin again 3 days later, on October 22nd. He was looking for Lauren again and had the same black bag with him. 8 p.m. Lauren has her last class that same day and goes back to her room by herself, just like any other night. She calls her mom while she's walking. Back in Washington State, the family calls each other almost every day to talk about their day and give each other a report on how things are going in general. While Matthew and Jill are hundreds of miles away, talking to Lauren on speakerphone, both parents hear strange noises and then the sound of someone yelling.
She must have gotten tackled or something because I hear the phone fell to the ground.
We were yelling, "Lauren, Lauren."
I kept calling for her and she didn't answer. I knew that her life was in danger at that time.
I took the landline and dialed 911.
Hi, my daughter, Lauren McCluskey, was talking to her mom. It sounded like someone might have been grabbing her or something.
We were scrambling, trying to figure out where she might be.
All units, attempt to locate a suspect involved in possible kidnapping. The victim is Lauren McCluskey.
After Lauren calls the police for weeks, they finally take the case seriously. They search the area as quickly as they can, but can't find the missing young woman. The cops keep getting called by Lauren's parents. Now, everyone is looking for Lauren. That's when the first clue might have been found. A student called the cops to say that they found something while walking around campus. Her things are all over the ground, but Lauren is still nowhere to be found, according to the police. Setting up a barrier, dozens of police cars and dogs are all around the area. Students all over campus start to ask questions because they are worried. Campus staff sends out a shelter-in-place alert and gives a picture of the main suspect, Melvin Rowland. A search starts. The police put his picture on TV in the hopes that someone will recognize him. The time is running out, and Lauren is still not where she should be.
I'm calling about my daughter, Lauren McCluskey, that's missing.
We do have officers on scene handling right now. We're actively looking for her. We're doing everything we can to track her down.
Finally, the cops look at the security cameras and see a man who looks like Melvin leaving the college grounds. Rowland can be seen walking away from the school parking lot at 8:21 p.m. Before being picked up by a driver, he walked to a nearby light rail stop. After hours, police still don't know where he is or what he's doing. It's not until later that night that a scared woman calls them and says she saw the wanted man on TV.
I saw the picture of this guy, and then I saw that he may have been picked up in a silver Sonata, which is like a description of my car. I saw the picture, but the name isn't the same, or the age.
Authorities are told by the woman that Melvin went out with her that night under a different name. The two met on a dating app, and she decided to pick him up at the train station so they could go to dinner together and hang out at her place. He went to her house to take a shower and then left after midnight. After an hour, at 1 a.m., a police officer sees Melvin walking near 200 East and 500 South in downtown Salt Lake City. Melvin avoids the cops by running down the sidewalk. As the police close in on him, he manages to get away. He breaks into a nearby church and locks himself inside. No one knows what will happen next because the neighborhood is locked down. Then, out of the blue, loud gunshots can be heard. The police need to move right away. With their guns raised, they break in through the big wooden doors. When they get inside, they find Melvin Rowland's dead body. At the same time that cops were looking for Melvin, they were also looking for Lauren. They looked through her things and her room, but they couldn't find her. The cops finally find Rowland's car later that night. It's a small silver four-door sedan. As the police get closer and look more closely, they find a body inside. Quickly, the cop calls for immediate medical help. The parents of Lauren get a call from the university's track and field coach on the night of October 22nd. The coach has bad news that no parent wants to hear.
And I said, "Is she okay?" And he said, "I'm sorry, she's not. She's gone." I just started crying.
It was like trauma, like getting hit by a baseball bat.
I remember getting a text from Mrs. McCluskey. She said that we lost her. She said that Lauren had been shot. And I just remember going outside and just looking up in the stars and just hoping, I hope you didn't suffer, Lauren, and that you weren't in pain.
Lauren's friends and dad can't believe it. Everyone at school is shocked. The school holds a gathering to remember Lauren, even though she has been dead for a few days.
She was an amazing, genuine, and caring person. And she will be really missed.
Matt and Jill McCluskey can't believe that the campus cops could have ignored their daughter's repeated pleas for help, which didn't seem to be heard. The university is getting a lot of bad press, so the president holds a controversial press conference where he says that school security could not have stopped Lauren's tragedy.
This report does not offer us a reason to believe that this tragedy could have been prevented.
I was shocked that she would say that. I just felt sick to my stomach.
These parents lost their kid. She is gone, and you have the audacity to try to cover your ass.
The sheer number of times that she was trying to get help from the police, when in fact it should have just been one phone call.
The parents are furious with the university's answer and want to make sure something similar never happens again. They filed a lawsuit against the university because they think it failed to protect their daughter and want to change things for the better in her name.
I do not want to be in this world without Lauren, but being stuck here, I have no choice but to try to make this world better.
With the goal of changing the way campuses work and making them safer for students all over the world, Matthew and Jill McCluskey started the Lauren McCluskey Foundation.
All the proceeds of this settlement will go to the Lauren McCluskey Foundation. It will make the world better and make the students across the country much safer.
This tragedy has sparked an incredible movement that's captivated communities across the nation.
You can see some of the signs left by protesters here on the windows of the DA's building.
Justice for Lauren! Since Lauren McCluskey's death, they've made huge changes in almost every aspect of safety, changes within the police department, to housing, to new task forces, to faculty training,
pledging to build an indoor track and field facility bearing Lauren's name.
And Lauren is honored and remembered every day.
Women must be believed and taken seriously when they ask for help. When there is a situation, if someone tells you what's going on, that you respond with urgency.
The family created what would become known as Lauren's Promise.
A promise that I will listen and believe you if someone is threatening you.
That promise taking root in communities nationwide.
To increase awareness of the problem. This is not your fault that you're in this situation, and it's okay. Let's talk about it and let's do something about it. I've had students come to me and say, because of Lauren's Promise, I'm alive.
Thanks for watching. This case is a heartbreaking reminder of how quickly things can take a tragic turn. If this story moved you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more true crime content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.